All right, welcome back to our NHL 19 Quebec Nordiques franchise mode. Year number 1, playoffs. Round 1 about to begin. The Nordiques are taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, let's take a look first at Tampa Bay and what we're going up against. Go ahead and bring them up real fast. Tampa Bay. Last time we scouted Tampa Bay, these were the lines that they had. They had Yanni Gourde, Stamkos, and Kucherov all there on the first line. That is a sick first line with Stamkos and Kucherov. That's going to be tough for us to beat. They have JT Miller, Tyler Johnson, Alex Killorn on the second line. Third line, Brian Gibbons, Anthony Cirelli, Adam Ernie. Fourth line, Emerson Edom, Matthew Joseph, and Ryan Callahan. On defense, they've got Hedman and McDonough. Wow. Yeah, their first pairing is going to kill our first pairing. Sergachev and Gardner. And then Fantenberg and Witherspoon. All right, so just looking at their skaters alone, I think our third pairing is going to be better than their third pairing, especially if this is indeed the case. Fantenberg and Witherspoon, I don't think are going to stand up to our third pairing. Now, their second pairing and first pairing are going to blow ours out of the water, but there's not a whole lot we can do about that. All right, and then if we go ahead and take a look at their first line, yeah, their first line is just going to flat be better than ours. Yeah, I mean, Yanni Gourde is comparable to our winger, but their center, their other winger, these guys are superstars. We don't have superstars on our team, so yeah, this first line, we're going to have to find a way to try to stop them, and it's going to take everything we've got to try to stop them, which is going to leave the door open for some of these other depth players to get in there and score some goals. Second line, 84, 84, 82. What are we looking at here? A two-way forward, two-way forward, two-way forward. Just looking at their defensive stats, they look pretty solid, and their speed is pretty good. So, yeah, I think we're going to have some significant trouble with these three on their second line. Third line, Adam Ernie there with a 76 overall. I don't know if I trust that. It's only 3-bar. It's probably higher. It's probably right around 78, 79. Cirelli there. That's also a 3-bar, 80 overall, probably a 79 to an 81, somewhere in that range. And then Gibbons also an 80 overall. We knew he was 80 when we had him and let him go. They picked him up off of free agency, put him in on their third line. Looks like he had an all right year, right? Let's see what he did. He had 24 points and was a +3, so not a bad year there for Brian Gibbons as a 31-year-old. Third line comparatively, if Adam Ernie is still a 76 overall, then I think maybe we have a slight, teeny, tiny advantage. Maybe. It just kind of depends on what these guys' real overalls are. And then the fourth line, 76 overall Edom with an 85 Joseph. Now that, honestly, that very well could be true, that 85. It's probably closer to an 83 or an 84. But, because what did he do this year? He actually had a great year, I thought. Yeah, 30 points, 9 goals, 21 assists. He was only a -1. Yeah, this was one of the guys I was looking at potentially trying to bring in for our third-line center, but we couldn't get the deal done there at the trade deadline. So, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Cirelli down and Joseph up. But Callahan at 77 overall, 4-bar, that's actually good for us. I just don't know if it's going to be good enough. 76 for sure, 77 for sure. I think maybe we have a slight advantage. Maybe a slight advantage on the fourth line. Pretty close on the third line. I think their second line beats us and their first line beats ours. And then obviously their first pairing on defense, second pairing on defense will beat ours. Our third pairing should be better than that. And in the net, they should have Vasilevsky. They do. They got a nice 88 overall goaltender who's got some significant poise and stats. Jeez. Yeah, beating this guy is going to take a whole lot. So hopefully we'll be able to find a way, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I think we're in for a tough battle here in this first round. Let's take a quick look at our lines real fast just to refresh your memory. We've got Palat, Duchesne, and Silverberg. Duchesne and Silverberg just don't stand up to their first line. We're just got to hope that we can survive. Second line, 83, 83, 84. It's comparable to theirs. If it's clicking, then maybe we can stand toe to toe. So I may have to revise that assessment as being maybe an even line. And then Stevenson at a 78 here. Really not loving that. I think what I'm going to do is switch up. I'm going to switch this up now and go with Nash here and Stevenson down. So we'll do that makes it a little more even, I think. And then, again, I mean, these 77s kind of hurt. So 76, 77, 78, yeah, probably pretty comparable. Our bottom 6 are probably fairly comparable to their bottom 6. Looks like our bottom 9 are going to be pretty comparable to theirs. They may have a significant advantage here on the first line. That might be all it takes. We take a look at our defense, 84, 84. Yeah, their first pairing is just going to be better than ours. Second pairing, it's better than ours. These guys are not bad players. It's just they don't have the overall, they don't have the stats to stand up against those top 4 defensemen over there in Tampa Bay. Now, our bottom line, wow, a lot worse than I thought it was, but not nearly as bad as theirs. I think our bottom pairing here is going to be better than theirs, despite the fact that it is under 80 each. And then finally, we're going to take a look at the goalies. We're going to actually start Binnington in the playoffs, and here's why. You know, he's got great poise there at 85. I'm going to go ahead and give this kid a shot. He did absolutely fantastic for us getting us into the playoffs, and he's got that hot hand. And I think it is time to give this kid a shot and see what he can do for us. He's 25 years old. If he can have a really good first round, maybe get something going, we might see something out of him. If we take a look at what he did this year, he's a .928 save percentage. 231's a bit high, but you know what? A .928, that's nothing to sneeze at. 5 shutouts in 27 games. He won 16 of his 27 games. He only lost 11 games. So I'm going to give this kid the shot. I mean, Robin Lehner, we saw him really tank the those last two, the second to last game. Gave up 3 goals in the first period on 10 shots. His poise is only 80. You know, yeah, his stats might be a little bit better, but his poise is all that matters, I think, in the playoffs. We need somebody who's going to be cool under pressure. And I think that is going to be Jordan Binnington. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and give Binnington the start. I'm going to bounce out of this. We're going to go over. We're going to turn auto goalie rotation off so that it doesn't reset to Robin Lehner. Just going to jump in here, make sure we do that. Auto goalie rotation. Let me find it. Auto goalies, auto rotate off. There we go. Ooh, we got to turn those penalties back up to 3. Rules. Penalties are back up to 3. I forgot to do that after that last game we watched. Okay. I always cut that stuff out. All right. I think we're ready to get going here. First round of the playoffs. We've already taken a look. We'll do a quick refresher of the playoff tree. This so people have an opportunity to see what's going on. We're over here in the East, bottom right-hand corner there. We're taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're going to be playing, hopefully, if we can beat the Lightning, we would be playing the winner of the Boston versus Toronto series. And then the upper half of the bracket there, you've got Washington taking on Pittsburgh and Philadelphia taking on Columbus. Over in the West, you've got Colorado taking on Detroit. That's a great rivalry right there. Nashville and St. Louis to make up the top half of that bracket. Bottom half of the Western Conference bracket is Arizona taking on Las Vegas. That's a nice little rivalry building there. And then San Jose taking on Winnipeg. So we'll see how that all fleshes out there after the first round. But we're going to focus on our own. So here we go. Game 1. Game 1. Here we go. Let's get in there and do some simulating. Okay, here we go. Set it on goals, crank it up to 8 times, and here we go. Quebec Nordiques right off the bat with a power play. Nothing comes of it. We're got off to a nice little couple shots there right off the bat, but Tampa Bay comes firing right back, and there it is. Alex Killorn scores first on Binnington with just about halfway through the first period. Oh man, feeling a little bit better today. Trying to knock some of the sickness off. And there it is. End of the first period. 20 minutes gone. 11 shots to 12. We're down by 1. It's not the end of the world. We'd like to see things kind of swing back our direction here. We're looking for a goal from our players here. So hopefully that will happen. We'll just have to see how it goes. Yeah, we're getting right off the bat. JT Miller scores on Binnington. Second line. They're into a power play now. Things are not looking. Another power play. Wow, just getting back and forth. Power play there for Nordiques. Nothing goes. Oh, man. Yeah, just trying to get over this cold we had for the past few days. And kind of to the point where I'm almost over it, I think. Still a bit sniffly, though. And that's it. 40 minutes in the books. Tampa Bay up by 2. We have 20 minutes to try to make something happen here. Yeah, getting something past Vasilevsky is not going to be easy. We just want to try to get one. We just want to show that he is human. We want to score a goal here. We just want one. Give me one by the end of regulation. There's another goal, this time by McDonough. Defenseman chipping in, scoring from way back there at the top of the slot. Yeah, tough first game for Binnington. No goal support at all from his team. Forwards can't seem to beat Vasilevsky, so I'm not going to blame Binnington. You do what you can do. You gave up 3 goals on just about 30 shots, so it's just under a 900 a 0.9, was it a 0.900? Yeah, 0.9 save percentage. So not a great game by any stretch of the imagination. We're going to go ahead and give him maybe one more shot. See if maybe the team can somehow find a way to score some goals. 60 minutes, held scoreless by Vasilevsky. I mean, he is an elite superstar goalie. So unless we can find a way to score some goals, this is going to be a real short series. All right, let's get in there. Or give Binnington one more opportunity. Get to goals. Whoops. Get to 8 times. Here we go. Right off the bat, Stamkos scores. Binnington in the net again. Power play for Quebec. Nordiques have a nice long power play. Nothing comes of it. Halfway through the period, still nothing. All right. There's a couple more power plays that go by quickly. There's another goal. This time it's Cirelli on Binnington. Yeah, it looks like Binnington's doing the best he can, but he's just not getting any support from his team. 8 shots, no goals, 10 shots for Tampa Bay. They've scored twice. We're going to have to go ahead and switch back over to Lehner here, I think, next game, unless things can really turn around here in the next 40 minutes. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. And there it is. Duchesne finally scores on Vasilevsky. There we go. Back-to-back goals. This time it's Riley Nash. All right, now we've got ourselves a game. All we got to have now is Binnington shut the door. And if Binnington can shut the door, Duchesne's second goal of the period there, real nice. We take the lead. Yeah, if Binnington can shut the door here, we're in real good shape. Might have this kid play another game or two. All right, 20 minutes to go. They're up by 1. Let's see what happens in the final period. Right off the bat, Tampa Bay scores on a power play. Sergachev, not much you're going to be able to do on that. They're going to be hard to keep off the score sheet on the power play. Opportunity for the Nordiques to go ahead. No good there. Halfway through the period, we're going all the way down. We're going to go ahead and watch overtime if we get there. Down to 5 minutes, but it doesn't look like we are. Kucherov there. Can we score one late? Or is Tampa Bay going to win? Yep, Tampa Bay is going to win. Gibbons puts one in the empty net there at the end, and that's going to do it. Binnington lets in 4 over 3 periods. It looks like Binnington had his opportunity. Now it is time to give the team back to Lehner. He's had a nice little rest. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to sim up to the next one. And it looks like our defenseman is back. We're going to go ahead and put him back in. Harrington, yes. We're going to move him back up and get out of that. Okay, so we're going to move up to the next game. We're going to go ahead and bring in Lehner. We gave Binnington an opportunity. He didn't quite do what we were hoping he was going to do, which was just shut things down. So let's switch over to Lehner and see if Lehner can dig us out of this hole, or at least keep us out of the hole. And, guys, we need to keep scoring. 3 goals that game is good, but we need to keep them down to like 2 goals. So we'll see if Lehner can do that. And we definitely need to continue to score. So here we go. Third game. Game number 3. First game at home. Looking for a nice close game that we can watch maybe an overtime in. Up to 8 speed. Here we go. And right off the bat, Joseph scores and Stamkos scores on Lehner and Cirelli scores on Lehner. Yeah, Binnington was the right choice. Binnington's the right choice. Lehner just cannot. He's not going to be able to stand up to these guys. 3 goals on 7 shots. Are you kidding me? 4 goals on 8 shots. That one's on Binnington. They finally yanked Lehner after the 3 goals on 7 shots. Jeez. Not good. Not a great start. Not a great start at all. 20 minutes gone. 4 goals for Tampa Bay. Quebec fires back. Silverberg scores on Vasilevsky. Looking for a little more help from his teammates. Anybody. Just need guys to step up and cut that lead in half from 3-2. Not even so much half, but in a third. Anybody. 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left, down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. And that's going to do it. 2 periods in the books. We're down to the last 20 minutes. We need to score 3. Oh, boy. Here we go. All right. Tampa Bay with another power play. No good. Down to 10 minutes left in the period. Yeah, this game is over. This game is over. Vasilevsky's not going to allow that many goals that quickly. Kaprizov does get one. Nice to see Kaprizov scoring. We need to make sure he stays healthy for next year. And they've lost their 3rd game in a row. Lehner, and here's the thing. Lehner giving up 3, and this is why we didn't want to go with Lehner in the first place. Lehner gives up 3. We lose by 2. So if we don't have Lehner giving up 3, then we don't have that problem, and we actually win that game. So it's time. I think we have to just go with Binnington. He did the best he could with what he had there in the first 2 games. Lehner showed us that he just cannot be trusted. That's the 2nd time in a row Lehner's given up 3 goals in the first period. We're just going to have to go with Binnington and ride this out and see what happens in game number 4. All right, here we go. Game number 4. Possible final game of the series in front of our home crowd. We don't want to get swept out of the playoffs in front of our home crowd, but there may not be much of an option here. This is a sick Tampa Bay team going up against Vasilevsky, going up with superstars like Stamkos and Kucherov. This is a very tough mountain to climb. So let's see if we can maybe just win a game. Winning a game would be great, but we're not holding breath here. Go all the way up to 8 times. Nordiques start off with a power play. They get 1 shot out of it. Okay, they're out shooting Tampa Bay right now. There's another power play. Again, nothing comes of it. Halfway through the period, we are still scoreless. All the way down to 4 minutes left. 3 minutes left, down to 2, down to 1. And for the first time in the series, we hold them scoreless, I believe, through the first period. So Binnington putting in some work, stopping all 7 shots from Tampa Bay. The Nordiques trying to find a way to get one past Vasilevsky. We need 1 goal to start us off, boys. That's what we need, and it's for the wrong team. Adam Ernie scores. Brassard answers right back, though, and ties it up. There's Nyquist with his first goal of the series. All right, there we go. Power play for the Nordiques. Nothing happening there. Halfway through the game, we're up by 1. Trying to hold on. Binnington doing the best he can, getting a little bit of support from his teammates. And through 40, we are winning 2-1. We have 20 minutes left to play. We are out shooting them by 10. Just got to hold on for 20 more minutes. Make it to game 5. It's 1 step at a time. That's all we can do. Slow start. There it is, Kucherov. You're not going to stop the superstars. But Nyquist, a superstar in the making of our own, pulls ahead again. 34 shots for the Nordiques. Down to 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. Are we going to walk away with a goal, with a game? And we do. We do walk away with 1 game on Tampa Bay in this series. So that is something to be proud about. Getting those 3 goals by the end of regulation, holding them to 2. That's what we wanted to see out of our goalie. Now, had we had Binnington in the whole time last game, it's likely we would have this series tied up 2-2. Unfortunately, it is not the case. We are down 3-1 because we decided to give Lehner an opportunity. That was our mistake. Now, we're going to have to go back to Tampa Bay. We're going to have to really climb this serious mountain here, and this is the Lions' den right here. We're going into Tampa Bay. A team that is obviously less talented than the Tampa Bay Lightning is. And we're going to try to steal a game here. So let's see if we can do it. All right, so far so good. Power play for Tampa Bay. That gets killed off. We want to try to get out of the first period with the lead if we can. Another power play. Long one for Tampa Bay. That goes for nothing. We get out of the first period without any goals. That's really good for us. Binnington starting to come into his own here in the playoffs. being outshot barely by Tampa Bay, but here we go. Second period underway. Right off the bat, we're off to a score, off to shooting. We had a power play opportunity for both teams. Both of them go for nothing. Another power play opportunity, and there it is. Don Quixote on the power play. Scores against Vasilevsky. Not bad. Another power play opportunity. That one doesn't go for anything. 5 minutes left in the second. All the way down to 2 minutes, 1 minute. All right. Through 40 minutes, Quebec is up by 1. The Nordiques leading Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay with only 20 minutes left to play. We'll have to see what happens here. Let's start up the next round. All right. All the way down. Real quiet. Real quiet third period. No power plays until just now. Power play goes for nothing. Halfway through the period, the Nordiques looking to try to steal this game with their under 5 minutes left to play, and Gibbons ties it up. 3 minutes down to 2 minutes, down to 1 minute power play. They can't get it at the very end. We're going to overtime. Overtime, it's time to watch. Let's see if the Nordiques can pull out a win here and extend this series, or if they are going to go on vacation after a 5-game series. All right, let's jump in there and get this game started. All right, Duchesne taking the draw against Stamkos. Here we go. Overtime frame has begun. Sergachev, he's going to move it all the way across the ice. Looks like Hedman has it. He dumps it into the middle. That gets picked off. Quixote has it now, coming up through the neutral zone over the line. He dumps it into the middle with a blast right off the bat. That's recovered by Tampa Bay. Gives it over to Sergachev, who just dumps it over to Vasilevsky, who's going to freeze that puck instead of moving it off to his side. It's a quick 30 seconds, and we got a shot on net. That's not bad at all. Look at the shot bang right off the pass. If that would have been a little bit better of a shot, that might have gone in. Unfortunately, it went wide. Duchesne taking the draw against Stamkos again, this time in the Tampa Bay zone. Can Duchesne win it back? No, he gets pushed by Stamkos. Puck gets picked up, moved over to Gord. Gord's through the neutral zone and over the line. He takes a blast. Rebound. Ellis recovers. Ellis just turns around, fires all the way up through the neutral zone himself. He's going to carry it deep into the zone. All the way down to the corner, drops it back to the point, back to Ellis at the half boards, back to Silverberg, back to Ellis. He's going to dump it into the center, right into the slot. There's a shot, just goes wide. Vasilevsky threw a glove at it, but didn't need to. That puck was going wide. Puck is recovered all the way out through the neutral zone once again. Here come the Nordiques on the attack. Duchesne tried to dump it down. It gets blocked. Now it's coming back the other way. Tampa Bay has it. McDonough down low. That gets bumped over to the half boards all the way over to Gardner. Gardner's looking for someone. There's a pass all the way over into the slot. Quick passes. That's a bad pass. Tampa Bay has to track it down. They bring it all the way back to Vasilevsky, who gives it up. Johnson has it now, looking for a stick lift there. Didn't go. Killorn brings it over the line. Pass is cut off by Ellis. Ellis brings it all the way over to Brassard. Brassard to Johnson. Johnson back to Brassard. They pry back and forth. Nyquist with a shot. No good. He's trying to pick up the puck. He's getting board played. 3 Tampa Bay players. They're able to pick up the puck. Somebody gets laid out, left back there on the ice. There, that's a check. Sends that player to the ice. Nash, he's bringing it through the neutral zone. What's he going to do with it? He just sends it in front. There's the goal, and the Nordiques win in overtime. They're going to force a Game 6. Wow. Tampa Bay not happy about how that worked out. And the Nordiques showing a little bit of life here. What a crazy end of the game. Nice little pass there by Nash. And it looks like, Kaprizov, after a very weak year because of injuries, Kaprizov comes in and gets the game winner there in overtime. Nice little tip on that pass through the slot. That cross-crease pass, just enough to get it past Vasilevsky on the edge. And that is the game. Let's get back to the main screen. Okay. The Nordiques won game number 5, so now they're 3-2 series, and they have some life. They've got some momentum. It's back home to Quebec City for game number 6 to see if they can keep this train rolling. Here we go. Game number 6. It's going to be a close one. All right, let's go up here to goals and crank this up to 8 times. Tampa Bay right off the bat gets a power play, goes for nothing. Nordiques get a answer power play. That goes for nothing. There's another one. Second power play for the Nordiques. That still no goals. Power play for Tampa Bay. Things have evened out 2-2. 6 minutes left in the period. Shots are fairly even. And for the third game in a row, no goals scored in the first period. It looks like the Nordiques have finally got their legs under them in this playoff series and are figuring out a way of shutting Tampa Bay down. 20 minutes gone. Shots are even. Score is tied. Let's go. Period number 2 underway. All right, here we go. 14 minutes left in the period. First power play of the period goes to Tampa Bay. It is a long power play, but it goes for nothing. And now Nordiques with an opportunity, and that doesn't go for anything either. Looks like we're going to go all the way through the end of the period with no score. We're going into the final 20 minutes tied 0-0, and the Nordiques out shooting Tampa Bay by 2 shots. Tampa Bay may have a slight power play right at the beginning of this right at the beginning of the third period. We'll have to see if they score right off the bat. That might be the reason why. But we're looking for a goal here. 1 goal from the Nordiques would be huge to put a lot of pressure on Tampa Bay. Come on, boys. You can do it. You can beat Vasilevsky. You've already done it a number of times this series. Who's going to be the hero? Who's going to be the one to get that first goal for the Nordiques? Come on, boys. Let's go. 20 minutes left. Here we are. Right off the bat, Gord scores. Yeah, that may have been a result of a lingering power play there. And Tampa Bay with another power play opportunity, another long power play opportunity. They score again. That's probably going to do it. Another power play for Tampa Bay. Very undisciplined play right now by the Nordiques. 6 minutes left, down to 5, down to 4, down to, there it is. 4 minutes left, down to 3, down to 2. We're going to go ahead and watch looks like the last minute. Yeah, we're going to watch the last minute of this game to see if the Nordiques can get back into this, tie the game up, and send this thing to overtime. If not, that is the end of this series. So we'll have to keep an eye on how this all turns out. All right, here we go. Duchesne taking on Stamkos once again. Duchesne wins it back. Minute left to play. Dano. He's going to bring it over the line. Dano trying to make it work. He drops it back to the point. Ellis looking for something, anything. Takes it into the slot with a shot. That one goes wide. Saved by Vasilevsky. 50 seconds left in the game. There it is. Dump over to Kucherov. They're offsides. That's going to bring it outside the zone. Sergachev there. Top 10 in hits. Not bad with 14 of them. Duchesne needs to win this draw against Stamkos if the Nordiques have a shot at any kind of sustained pressure. He's not going to do it. Sergachev ends up recovering that. Hedman has it now. He's going to take it to the half boards. It's going to get poked away and not recovered cleanly. All those seconds are just ticking away. Palat now moves it all the way over to Silverberg. Silverberg pulling the home goalie. Duchesne with a blast just wide. Silverberg has it. He's going to drop it back to the point. That's going to get picked off, and that's going to do it. Killorn's going to send that thing down the ice. For the empty netter, no, misses wide. 20 seconds left. Can they have one last shot at it? What? Nyquist gets absolutely wrecked. Duchesne misses the pass. We're looking for somebody down low, anybody with a shot. Johansson, and they got the goal with 7.8 seconds to go. We're going to overtime in game number 6. What a crazy end to this game. And the team is absolutely elated right now. What a crazy end to this period. The pass behind the net misses its intended target, ends up coming up the boards. Broken play. Silverberg goes to the net, gets himself a nice little goal there. Wide open gate. That is a heck of a goal right there. 7.8 seconds to go, and we're going to overtime. Very nice. Demir is just going to bring it over the line into the zone. Nyquist out front. You never know. Always take that shot on net, right? All right. Wow, overtime frame coming. If the Nordiques can score the goal, force a Game 7, that puts a ton of pressure on a team that should have taken out the Nordiques in 4. And because they didn't, well, now the Nordiques could potentially push a Game 7. We'll have to see how this goes. All right, let's get on here to the next period, overtime period. Here we go. Oh, boy. You better believe that this arena is absolutely rocking. All right, Duchesne and Stamkos to take the draw again. They're 50-50. This one's going to go back Duchesne's way. All right, Duchesne wins that, and he's over the line offsides. We're going to have to try another face-off. If things go the way they should, it looks like Duchesne should lose this next face-off. 50%. Might get a little bit of a luck bounce here and keep possession of the puck, but we'll keep an eye on it. And we do. We end up with possession. That's going to get moved over to Ellis, and he gets it into the zone, but no real sustained control. That's going to get poked and bumped away. Ellis now has it. He's going to move over to Palat. Palat's over the line offsides again. Just having a lot of trouble breaking into the offensive zone here. Shane getting bumped a little bit. Ooh, gets hit from behind into the boards. No call from the Zebras. Interesting. Bench going nuts there, I'm sure. Stamkos taking the draw against Duchesne again. This time Duchesne pushes and he gets the win. There's a little dangle. Doesn't go for anything. Silverberg behind the net. He's going to dump it out to the half boards. Back to Silverberg. Down low and he gets the goal. We're going to a Game 7. Silverberg with 2 goals in less than 5 minutes puts the Nordiques into a Game 7 situation. What a crazy series we've had. Takes it down low, puts it to the half boards, gets the puck back, and just somehow gets it past Vasilevsky. We're not even sure how. That should have been saved. But down low, and just is able to just get it past him there on the far side, right inside the far side post. And Bada Boom out there carrying the team flag. Wow, yeah, Nyquist gets wrecked there at the end of the third period, but is able to continue on. And here's the game. There's the game-tying goal right there. Vasilevsky trying to get over, can't quite get it in the third period. Bada Boom goes crazy. And then here it is, game winner. Silverberg, far side, just inside the post. Boy, oh boy, Vasilevsky's going to have nightmares about that. And at the end of the game there, you saw the team raising their sticks to the home crowd. Maybe the last time the home crowd gets a chance to see them. So definitely thanking them for a great season. We're going to Game 7, but it's going to be in Tampa Bay. Let's get to it. All right, 2 overtime wins push a Game 7 for the Nordiques. Let's head to Tampa Bay for Game 7. And Binnington stepping up big time. Let's see if he can do it one more time. Let's see if the boys can help him out. Here we go. Game 7. Let's see if the Quebecs can go up early in this game. They've got 2 shots. Nope. JT Miller going to score first on Binnington. Fairly early on in the first period. See if he can weather the storm here. Nordiques with an opportunity on the power play, and they score. Brassard ties the game. 8 minutes left to go. Another power play for the Nordiques. Can they go ahead? That's a long one, but no, they cannot get ahead in the first period. All right, end of the first. The Nordiques are trailing Tampa Bay in shots by 3, but the score is tied 1-1. All right, here we go. Period number 2. Let's see if the Nordiques can pull ahead here and put a little pressure on Tampa Bay. All right, underway. 17 minutes all the way down to 15. It's a very quiet game so far. Power play for Tampa Bay. Nothing comes of it. And there it is. Stephenson. He scores. Sends the Nordiques ahead. They got a power play. Can they get another one? No, they can't get another one. We're down to 3 minutes left in the period. Down to 2. And with 1 minute left in the period, Stamkos steps up for Tampa Bay and ties it. We've got 20 minutes left to play. We're being outshot. 23-18. Can the Nordiques find a way to score one more goal? And can Binnington shut the door? We're about to find out. 20 minutes left. The season comes down to this. Can they get one more goal? Here we go. All right, here it is. And they're shooting. That's good. Shooting's good. But JT Miller scores early in the period. I wouldn't even say early, halfway through the period, roughly. Can the Nordiques find a way? Is it going to be it? We're going to watch the last 2 minutes. All right, the last 2 minutes. Let's see if they can do it in the last 2 minutes. Always good to see this. Okay, here we go. Duchesne taking the draw against Stamkos. No, it doesn't look like this Duchesne out there. It looks like it's someone else. Oh, no, it was Duchesne. It was Duchesne. All right, we've got we've got about 2 minutes here to score the game-tying goal. The Nordiques have had to come from behind in every game they have won. They need 1 goal here to send it to overtime again for the 3rd time in a row. Tampa Bay doesn't want to see that happen. Tampa Bay, Yanni Gourde picks that off. He's going to take it through the neutral zone and over the line. Minute 25 left to play. Shot out front in the slot there. That doesn't go for anything. That gets blocked, but the player doesn't realize it, doesn't have a chance to capitalize on that block. He would have been on a breakaway. There's a blast. It gets kicked into the corner. Kucherov's shot. Kucherov recovers, puts it all the way back. Real good puck control right now by Tampa Bay. They're keeping the puck out of the hands, off the stick of the Nordiques, and that is not helping the Nordiques situation. 44 seconds left to play. Killorn missed the empty net goal to seal the deal in the last game. It looks like they may have an opportunity for another empty net option here. The Nordiques are probably going to pull their goalie. The question is, will it pay off? Palat with a shot. Vasilevsky's just going to hold on to that one. 35 seconds left to play. Palat with a shot right there, trying to score past past Vasilevsky. Duchesne to take the draw. He's taking on Johnson this time. Johnson's going to push him. And that is, right out front. Another opportunity. Silverberg, no good. This is Miller this time. Can he get the hat trick? Yes, he can. That's the hat trick on the empty net, and that's going to do it. 26 seconds left. The Nordiques are going to fall in Game 7. They cannot come up with the tie in Game 7. JT Miller gets the hat trick on that empty net goal. And the Nordiques season is all but over. They had a great run here, and they put up a fight against Tampa Bay. That is for sure. And allowing Lehner to play that one game appears to have come back and haunted the Nordiques in a big way. Nash has the puck. He's going to finish out the game here. Gets wrecked in the corner. That's going to go to Johnson. Another empty net. That gets missed. Cole has it. Just going to dump it across the ice. 7 seconds left to play. Nash with it. Over to Kaprizov. Kaprizov. Somebody just goes absolutely flying into the goalie. Tampa Bay is not going to like that. Don't want somebody running your goalie at the end of a game that you've already lost. Whew. Yeah, that's not cool. That is not cool at all. I think that was Nash. Oh, boy, oh, boy. And that is going to do it. 1.8 seconds left to play in this game. You have to admit, it was a pretty good season for the Nordiques. Making the playoffs as an expansion team, getting that last wild card spot, taking the Tampa Bay Lightning of all teams to a Game 7. That could have been special, but just couldn't quite find the goal scoring we needed to get past Vasilevsky there in some of those games. And unfortunately, that is how the series will end. So, the Nordiques get knocked out in the opening round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in the 2018-19 season. And we're going to have to see how things play out here in the offseason to see what kind of changes can be made to improve on this very young team. And there's Nash running Vasilevsky right at the end of the game. Again, that team's not going to be happy about that at all. All right, guys, let's get back to the main screen. All right, with the playoffs behind us, the only thing left to do is sim to the draft. Now, we do have some micromanaging to do along the way, so I'm going to go ahead and edit all of that out, take care of all of my scouting, and then we will see you back when it tells us who wins the playoffs. We'll take a look at the playoff tree. We'll take a look at all of the hardware, and we can take a look at the retired players as well. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, it is May 31st, And as you can see, the Washington Capitals have won the Stanley Cup in our Year 1 franchise mode simulation. Take a quick look at the awards. Washington Capitals go back-to-back, 17-18 and 18-19, Stanley Cup champions. All right, let's take a look at the player awards real quick. Kuznetsov, he's going to go ahead and win the Art Ross. Hart goes to Kuznetsov. John Carlson, he's going to take home the Norris. Kuznetsov gets the Lady Byng. Elias Pettersson there with the Calder. Holtby with the Conn Smythe, not surprising there. Rene with the Vezina and the William Jennings. De Keyser gets the Bill Masterson. Goudreau, the Frank J. Selke, not bad. Kuznetsov gets the Ted Lindsay, and Ovechkin takes home the Richard. Yeah, Capitals must have had an amazing year this year. To go back-to-back like that is pretty good. Show you the playoff tree and how they did it. Look over there in the East. 4-2 series win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Philadelphia got swept by Columbus. Capitals had to go 7 games against Columbus to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Lower half of the bracket, you see that Toronto took 5 games to beat Boston, and then they beat Tampa Bay in 5 games as well, before being knocked out of the playoffs in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Finals by Washington. Over in the West, 7-game battle royale, knockdown, drag-out fight between Colorado and Detroit. 5 games for St. Louis to beat Nashville. Took 7 games again for Colorado to get past St. Louis to make it to the Western Conference Finals. Lower half of the bracket, you see a sweep by the Arizona Coyotes over the Vegas Golden Knights and a sweep by Winnipeg over San Jose. So 2 swept teams are knocked out. It takes 6 games for the winners of those 2 series to go head-to-head, and Winnipeg came out on top. But it only took 5 games this time for Colorado to vanquish the Jets in the Western Conference Finals, and then 5 games is all it took for the Washington Capitals to secure their back-to-back win in the Stanley Cup Finals over Colorado. So there it is, playoff series, all done. Stanley Cup back in the hands of the Washington Capitals, back-to-back years. Ovechkin with 2 cups. All right, that's definitely a payoff to the end of his career, that's for sure. All right, so we've already taken care of the hardware. We've taken care of all of that other stuff. I think it's time to sim up to the draft. Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, switch this thing over to the AHL mode. The Fredericton Aces won the Calder Cup down in the AHL. So our young guys down there got some significant playoff experience down there in the AHL. That those 3 drafted rookies, the 2 defensemen, and the goalie all seeing some time down there in the playoffs. So that is a good thing. Hopefully that will help them grow and get them ready to play in the NHL very soon. Very good for them. That's a great thing for us to see that happening. Ends up Riley Tuff down there, who also is somebody we're going to want to bring up soon. Had a great season down there, a great playoff run. 20 games, 20 points, 11 goals, 9 assists. That looks really nice. Okay, let's go ahead and sim up to the draft, and we'll take a look at some of these menu or these pop-ups that'll pop up for us. All right, let's see. Ooh, we get the number 1 pick. We win the lottery. I love it. I love it. We're going to get the number 1 pick from that Ottawa first rounder. We win the lottery. We get number 1 this year. And you know who's the number 1 pick this year? Jack Hughes. Pretty sure Jack Hughes is going to go number 1. Ooh, that is juicy. That is some sweet stuff right there. I love it. All right, so we get the number 1 pick. Rangers get the 2nd. Montreal with the 3rd. New Jersey with the 4th. And Los Angeles with the 5th. They round out the top 5. Minnesota, Calgary, Anaheim, and Chicago with Florida rounding out the top 10. Edmonton, New York Islanders, Winnipeg, Vancouver, and Dallas are your top 15. We'll have another draft pick shortly after that, probably near the 20th pick or right around there. So we'll have two picks in the first round. One of them going to be probably, I think it's going to be, we'll take a look right now. It's probably going to be Jack Hughes. Yeah, Jack Hughes. Number 1 pick overall. Newhook, Turcotte. Yeah, Jack Hughes is the no-brainer. That's the pick you go with right there. That is going to be absolutely huge for us. We're going to have Hughes and the other center we picked up, Ryan Pulling. They'll be our 1 and 2 guys. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. We're just going to have to start to build around them. And then not bad at all. Capo down here at 7. We've seen him grow. He does a real good job of growing, so that's a good pickup. Newhook, Turcotte, all these guys are really good. All of these guys are really good. So it should be very interesting to see how this all works out over the next few years. And if we have a pick right down around 20, this is who we're going to be messing around with here. We've tried Krebs before. We're not going to go with him. He doesn't grow anymore. They've adjusted him. But Ryan Suzuki might be someone we take a look at. There's not a whole lot down here, is there? Not a whole lot down here. We may see about trying to move up. Might want to try to move up. Kirby Dack isn't a bad choice, but getting all the way to top 10 from where we're at is going to be a tough sell. Yeah, I'm not sure, guys. But I know we're definitely going to probably be taking Jack Hughes. If you guys think we should take anybody but Jack Hughes, let me know in the comments. Those are your options. Hughes, Newhook, Turcotte. Hughes, Newhook, Turcotte. And then what should we do with our second first-round pick? Should we try to move up and try to snag, say, Dak here at 10? That wouldn't be awful. There's a couple other options in here, but York wouldn't be bad either. Cam York. This kid ain't too bad. He looks like he's definitely more of a playmaking two-way forward or two-way defenseman. So York's an option, right around 17. Ryan Suzuki, just so you know what he looks like, 28 goals, 30 assists in the O this year. So those are some options for you as to what we may see in that first round. So if you see something there that jumps out at you, let me know in the comments, and we will think about doing that in our next episode. And that is going to do it. Let's take a look, one last look here at our retired players, and that should do it for the episode. Marian Hossa hangs it up. Zetterberg's done. Kunitz is done. Franzen's done. Malone, Molson, Hainsey, Booth, and Green. Those are your high point getters that are all retiring in this first year, after the first year. Anybody else down here? Orpik. A couple names we recognize, but for the most part, bunch of players who didn't play that often in the NHL. Let's take a quick look at goalies. Niemi's going to say no more, and Backstrom, Holmquist, and Layton. All right, so there you guys go. Look at the retired players here in year number 1. And that's going to do it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. Just skip all that. Pro Scout calling. Yes, yes, yes. All right. All right, guys, that's going to do it for our first year in the NHL as the Quebec City Nordiques. I would call that a successful year. We made the playoffs. We got a little bit of playoff experience. We won the lottery. We're getting the first overall pick. I don't think you can ask for much more than that out of a season. We're going to have to take a look at what happens in the draft coming up next. We're going to take care of that in the next episode. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this episode, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Turn your notifications on so you know when we're putting up the next NHL 19 franchise episode of the Quebec City Nordiques. And if you want to watch us play live, we're going to be live streaming every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on Twitch at The Final Knight Errant. We hope to see you there. Until next time, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.